Hi, welcome to this short video where I show you how to ask ChatGPT to code open-ended survey responses for you. First of all, let's go to ChatGPT. I am using the data analysis to drop in new prompts. I have these open-ended responses to the question that we ask students, and that is, why did you choose to study engineering? So we have all of these lines where they answered, and then I've created a column where ChatGPT can respond. Close that and attach this from the computer. I have created this prompt for it where I asked it, or tell it, attached are open-ended responses to the question, briefly explain why you chose to study engineering in column B. Code and classify the responses according to the code shown below and add these labels to each line of the Excel spreadsheet in column C. And then I have a list of codes where it can use. Make the Excel sheet available with the codes completed in column C. So we'll put this into ChatGPT. And then it will read our open-ended responses and it will start applying this list of codes to the Excel labels. When I did this previously, I found that it was a little bit uneven or a little bit unreliable in how it responded. It would use the code other quite often when it didn't know how to code something. Oftentimes missing values would be put as other or unsure. I'm not sure if it's going to do the same thing again. But what I learned from that is giving it human examples is very helpful. Let's take a look at what it's given us. So it's just given us some responses to those open-ended codes. So for example, this student said, why are they studying engineering? To be awesome. A ChatGPT took that as the student's unsure. I would say that's some sort of intrinsic motivation, but we won't always agree. And it's given us labels for each of these, and we can check to see whether or not those labels make sense. When we want to improve the coding, we use this prompt 2B, or I'm going to use this prompt 2B, where I say attached or open-ended responses to the question, briefly explain why you chose to study engineering in column B. And then what I do is I give it human codes that have already been generated, and those are in column C and D. I want you to read the text and add your own themes to column E and use the following categories. Let's add to this. I want you to read the text, the human codes, and then add your own themes to column E and use the follow. I always ask it to make the Excel sheet downloadable. So let's do that. And then I'll just close this Excel sheet where it has the human codes, and then it has a little space for it to do its own thing. So here I am giving it examples of what the human coding looks like so that it can learn from it and improve its coding. I'll tell you what happened when I checked this out statistically. I compared the human coding, which I assigned values to for all of these categories. For example, social good, I made a 1. Intrinsic psychological, I made a 2. And then I used Kramer's V to run a correlation coefficient because this is a purely nominal variables. And I correlated the computer, the generative AI, and the human coding, and I found a moderate and significant correlation. So once you teach it what sort of output you want, then you get it to do relatively good coding. And I'm sure that if we ran this now, we'll find that that moderate and statistically significant correlation. And I'll put the prompts in the description. Thanks for watching.